Man, I finally did it. After 5 years of grinding, I got the promotion I've been dreaming of. This was my shot to lead the team and really prove myself. I was on top of the world. I've been working my tail off for this, pulling late nights and weekends. So the email from HR felt like winning the lottery. The only thing left was meeting my new boss, the head of marketing. Her name was Sarah Jenkins. Everyone said she was a real go-getter, tough as nails. She's a force of nature, one coworker whispered. Doesn't mess around. I was a little nervous, but mostly I was pumped. So I straightened my tie, took a deep breath, and walked right into her office. The office was so nice, super modern and clean, with big windows overlooking the city. Behind the desk was this woman with a really serious look on her face. She had on a perfectly tailored suit and was wearing these super professional, thin-frame glasses. She was laser-focused on her computer screen. When she looked up, my jaw just dropped. It was Sarah. Not just a Sarah, but Sarah Johnson, my old high school classmate. We hadn't talked in like 10 years. We weren't enemies or anything. We were just totally different. She was a super popular student council president, the star of every school play, the one who organized every pep rally. And I was just this quiet nerd in the back of the class, always focused on my grades and my video games. I remember watching her from a distance, thinking she was in a different universe from me. This was going to be so awkward. She stood up and held out her hand. Her grip was firm. Alex, right? Sarah Jenkins. Great to finally meet you. I shook her hand, feeling like I was in a movie. My mind was racing, trying to figure out if she even remembered my name. Yeah, Alex. Wow, it's good to see you, Sarah. She just gave me a tiny smile. I'm glad you're here. We've got a ton on our plate. So let's get down to business. She didn't miss a beat, not a hint of recognition. It was like she was meeting me for the very first time. I tried to convince myself that maybe she'd forgotten. After all, a person changes a lot in 10 years. But part of me felt like she knew exactly who I was and was just pretending. The rest of the day was a complete blur. We talked about sales, budgets, and campaigns, but all I could think about was high school. I kept seeing flashes of her giving a speech at a pep rally or organizing a school dance. I just couldn't focus. I felt like a little kid again. When we finally finished up, she said, "Looks like you've got a handle on everything. We'll be in touch." She didn't mention high school at all. It was like she'd completely forgotten about it. I went home and told my best friend, Mike. He just about choked laughing. "No way," he said. "The class president? The one who never even looked at us?" "Yep," I said. "And she's acting like she doesn't even remember me. I feel like I'm stuck in a time warp. It's a total disaster." A couple of days later, the real test came. She pulled me into her office and gave me the new project. "This is a big one," she said. "The client is a huge company. We have to knock it out of the park. No pressure." The project was massive, and it meant working late for a few days. We were on a tight deadline, and the pressure was on. I was trying to show her I was worth this promotion, but I was so nervous I felt like I was messing everything up. I was sending her emails that were way too formal, and my ideas felt a little shaky. I kept rereading her responses, trying to find a hidden meaning. Was that an insult? Was that a hint she knew me from back then? It was driving me crazy. One night, It was 9 p.m., and we were the only ones there. The silence was so quiet, just the humming of the office lights and our keyboards clicking. I was typing away, and I could feel her staring at me. Finally, she broke the silence. "So you live around here?" I jumped in my seat. "Yeah, like 15 minutes away." "That's great," she said. "I live about 20. It's a good commute." I wanted to ask her about high school so bad, but I didn't want to make things weird. She was my boss now. So I just said, "Yeah, it is." She sighed, and then she looked at me with kind eyes. "You know, this is weird for me too. I'm not gonna lie." "Oh, thank God," I said, a huge wave of relief washing over me. I thought I was going crazy. "You have no idea how weird it is to have my old classmate as a boss." She laughed. "I can imagine. We were so different back then. I was a complete nerd about student government. I was always so stressed out." I looked at her, totally surprised. "You? Stressed? Are you kidding?" she said. "I was a wreck. I just hit it well. I was putting on a show for everyone." We talked for the next hour about high school, our teachers, and our friends. She told me how she used to worry about every single detail of every event. She felt like she had to be perfect all the time. I told her I was always a nerd, and she told me she always felt like an outsider, even with all her popularity. She said she felt more comfortable in a library than at a party, but she felt like she had a reputation to keep up with. I realized we were way more alike than I ever thought. We were both just trying to find our way. Well, she said finally, "This is a little better now. It's nice to know we can talk. We got a big project to get done." From that day on, everything changed. The awkwardness was completely gone. We talked and laughed like old friends. We were a real team. We worked late, ordered food, and talked about everything. We finished the project way ahead of schedule, and the client was thrilled. It was a huge success. The next morning, she called me into her office. She was smiling. "Great job, Alex. You really knocked out of the park." "Thanks," I said. "You too. We're a great team." She nodded. "I know. So, what do you say we get some lunch? My treat. We can talk about the next big project." I smiled. The promotion wasn't just about the title or the money. It was about finding a real connection with a total stranger. It was about realizing that we're all just people, no matter where we come from. I wasn't just working with my boss. I was working with my new friend. It was the best promotion I'd ever gotten. And this is the Yendi. I hope you love the story. If you're ready to learn more real English, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. And don't forget to hit that like button to support my work. It really helps. Now let's take a quick look at some of the cool expressions we heard. These are things native speakers say all the time, and they're way more useful than grammar rules. The first one is, on top of the world, feeling extremely happy and elated. Example, I was on top of the world when I got the promotion. Tough as nails, very strong, determined, and resilient, not easily defeated or bothered. Example, everyone said she was tough as nails. Go-getter, an aggressively ambitious person who works hard to achieve their goals. Example, she's a real go-getter. Total blur, a confusing period of time, something that passed quickly without clear details. Example, the rest of the day was a total blur. Stuck in a time warp, feeling like an experience or situation is from a different time period. Example, I feel like I'm stuck in a time warp. Total disaster, a complete failure or ruin. Example, it's a total disaster. Knock out of the park, to do something extremely well or achieve outstanding results. Example, we have to knock it out of the park with this project. Deafening silence, a silence that is extremely noticeable or uncomfortable. Example, the silence was deafening. Break the silence, to start talking after a period of quiet or awkwardness. Example, finally, she broke the silence. Oh, thank God, an expression of extreme relief. Example, oh, thank God, I thought I was going crazy. Are you kidding? Used to express surprise or disbelief, often to emphasize a strong feeling. Example, are you kidding? I was a wreck. Putting on a show, pretending or acting a certain way for others. Example, I was putting on a show for everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.